How are you doing? You ready for everyone to come?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm just like, I was in the middle of this branding thing. One of my consulting clients is launching a new brand. And so it's like everything, like the brand story, product naming, brand promises. Anyway, so, and it's like a really nice, it's cool. Like the whole idea is cool because it's, I can't say what it's called yet because I'm under NDA, but there's a lot of metaphors that I can use for it, but it's just a matter of like deciding which ones, because I don't, obviously you can't go overboard with that kind of thing. So anyway, it's like one of those deep work, deep mind tasks that you kind of like get sucked into. So sorry, I was late.
That's okay. So I was on Quoted this morning, and I have like some top ones if anyone's listening that wants to submit for these. So
say that again. I couldn't hear you.
So I was on Quoted this morning and just looking for our clients, and I'm gonna give some of the top ones that I thought were interesting.
Okay, go.
So CNN's looking for dermatologists for the rise of dermatology. So lots of pictures of skin online. So we need, if there's any dermatology experts out there that want to submit for that. They're also asking for like the best pet insurance for CNN. Women's Home and Garden is doing the cleaning experts for like the dusting mistakes that you make, which I would actually like to read about that.
I would like to read about
that. And then Homes and Gardens is looking for appliance expert on what you can and cannot put in a microwave, which I would read about that too. And then the best outdoor lighting, which I would read about that too. So if anyone's an expert on any of those, go to Quoted and you can submit to be published. So
that is super interesting. I feel like some of those have kind of that spring outdoorsy connection. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about. Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm like, I think Big Brother was listening to us yesterday.
What else is new? That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Plus, I found a bunch of ones for our clients. So it was a good morning for us.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I think that like as I'm knee deep in this brand thing and I hear stuff like that. And then yesterday, Cass put together the EPK and personal branding ideas for Miles, which awesome job, by the way. Like it was perfect. It was everything it should have been. Good job.
Thanks.
But it's like that. Here's the brand story. Here's your story as one of the executives. And like that piece of it, like what the executive story is I think what most brands fail to leverage. And because of it, they miss out on like most of what works on social media, which is like, here's my kids riding a horse. Here's me making breakfast. Like that, like you were saying yesterday, or I can't remember when you said it, Faith, but like that everyday stuff is what people have an appetite for. Like it's why Get Ready With Me videos go viral, even though it's literally just some chick doing her like contouring or whatever. There's like just some kind of fascination that we have with that. And I think like it's really hard for people probably my age and a little bit older to accept the fact that that's kind of what people want to see. Because we were used to like dressing up for work, right? In every way, not just like physically like clothes, but like you put on a face, you put on a front, you know, you have a work persona and it's different from your home persona. I think people like Cass's age and younger have a little bit less of that differentiation, you know? So it's easier for you guys to be like, yeah, this is just who I am. And this is always who I am. And so I want to present myself in my personal brand. And it's not so cringe as it is maybe to people my age and older.
I was going to say, I'm in sweatpants right now.
I was in sweatpants 10 months. Oh, wait, no, what I'm wearing is super cool. Doesn't look cool in the front, but
Yay! Oh, it's so good. I love it.
So I sent one to Lauren, so she and I are going to be twinning. I didn't send one to Ross because I do have some like limits to what I make him do. Poor man.
White denim.
White denim. Yeah. Oh, we look like. Can you picture it? Ross
it's like those awkward JCPenney photos that like, everyone takes. Like you could be like holding him like long way.
We could do like prom photos, but with all three of us.
Oh yeah.
Like the train.
Yeah.
With really serious faces. Like
The rapper, right?
Yeah.
That would be so fun. If it were up to me, like our entire brand would just be ridiculous, which is why it's good that Lauren is here and it's not all up to me. Yeah. But yeah, I think, the branding thing and the personal branding thing, I think, we're talking about developing this like executive presence course, which I think has value, right? Like we need to help executives understand how they come across, right? Fewer executives are getting like traditional media training, I feel like, than used to. So, and like even traditional media training and digital media training are two very different things. Because like what it takes to be really great as like on a new, like on Good Morning America is a totally different skill than what it takes to be really great on a podcast. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that course I think will help. But I think like this, we've got to think of a way to like standardize and equip people in the personal branding stuff, because I think that is harder. It's harder for people to, because it is personal. It feels personal. They're putting themselves out there. So we need to think about that a little bit. If it's like a training or if it's like a coaching or how we format that.
Is Gus practicing his piano right now?
You hear?
Oh yeah.
Oh, McDonald's.
Yeah,
I know.
it's so good.
Every time he does it, he gets better. I'm like,
He's gonna like wake up one day and just be like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
the Rondo Alaturka.
Yeah.
Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Very awesome.
I know.
Yeah,
All right.
other than that, it's been a busy
Yeah.
morning and it's been a busy week, I feel like. A lot has been going on. So I think the next 2 days is like catch up, clean up, and then get ready.
hmm I read something interesting last night about TikTok, and it said that carousels are like the way to go right now because it's an in-house feature. And what happens is when somebody's looking at it, they're swiping through the photos, so they're like staying on your post longer, so your engagement goes up. And then the last slide, it takes you to your profile. So I'm gonna experiment with that and see if we can do some carousels. But they
Oh, I
said
love
that could
it.
be better than like trending sounds and everything. And then they said TikTok also prefers just like recording yourself, like videos, so like original content. So because not a lot of people like showing their face either. So I was like, Joy, the videos that you're doing too, like the how-to videos are great. But
I'm willing to show my face.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Colin was having a pure panic attack last night about the TikTok ban. So they're voting on that today.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a big deal. That's actually a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I think there's too much money to be made. I can't imagine it going through because that just feels totally not how, capitalism works. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I know, because I was doing the TikTok the other night and Chris was like, well, is that even worth doing? I'm like, well, I guess we'll see. But that's like such a good point. Like you cannot ever put all of your eggs in one social media basket.
No.
Yeah. Because that's just foolish. Because you don't.
That's why, right. And that's why approaching PR like we do, more relationship based versus like just like structured, like fill out this form and we'll promote you, is going to take us further than, some of these other companies. So we'll see.
What was that TikTok you put up? Like 6,000 pitches, crickets.
Yes. No, that's a true story. Meltwater. I'm not allowed to say that. It's a true story.
That's why we don't use those kind of things, because it's like, it's the same. Think about it. It's the same database. However many customers that platform has have the exact same data and access to that data. And so it's so depersonalized. Like no journalist in their right mind is going to consider that to be a really useful source.
6,000 pitches and not one response.
Not one response. If you did that, I would fire you. No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, what's wrong? What? I would think that like our email wasn't working or something.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
All right. Good stuff on the docket for today.
Yes.
Anything we need to talk through? Just pitching like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And getting all of my pitches organized and in the right slots. So that it's like,
Don't mess up Cass's database or she will come for you.
I will not. I promise, Cass.
I can be forgiving. It's okay.
To an extent.
Yeah, I was like, once. No.
Never.
You're like, Faith, you're on a 3-strike policy.
Add a new column to something. She's gonna murder you.
I know.
Okay, wait, real quick. Did you see that there is like an Excel world competition? This is like a real thing. People like compete in Excel skills. Okay, hold on. I have to find it. It was like the funniest thing. I saw it on Instagram last night. I was like, well, what is happening? Excel world competition. I can't know what's it called. Yeah, the Microsoft Excel World Championship. It's called the Financial Modeling World Cup. And it's in like Vegas.
Okay, that is so interesting. So I guess my like uncle-in-law, if that's a thing, he's like apparently top 10 in Canada for like being an Excel user, and he like teaches people how to use it and stuff. So I should tell him about it, and maybe he would go compete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all have like these like avatars and like different names that they use for their like Excel domination persona and whatever. And I was like,
I'm like, what goes on in your mind? Like the things that he knows.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
the spreadsheets that he has. Like,
It's wild.
yeah.
You can monetize any skill, I guess. All right. Everybody have a good day.
You too.